to this episode of One Drink, 3 Bars Last Call. Today we're going to continue drinking our way through this great book, Liquid Vacation. Last week we did our first drink from this book. It was called the Afu. And if you want to learn more about that drink and about this book in general, check that video out when you're done with this one. We're on drink 2 of 77 and we're going to keep randomly drawing a name of a drink from the book until we've had them all. Alright, enough blabbing. Let's draw our drink. Alright. Nakalele Knockout on page 97. Oh boy, it's a 5 skull. That means it's one of the strongest drinks in the book. Well, this will be a fun afternoon. Let's read a little about it. It looks really nice. It says, this tangy refresher pays tribute to the human sacrifices once offered to the infamous namesake blowhole on Maui. Drink 1 and count your blessings. Drink 2 and watch your step. Here's the ingredients. 1 ounce Whaler's Original Dark Rum. 1 ounce Lemon Heart 151. A half ounce of Okolehoe liqueur. I don't even know what that is. An ounce of hibiscus syrup, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, Angostura bitters, a couple ounces of club soda, and a lime meal. Let's see, I know I don't have Whaler's Original Dark Rum, but I think I'll use the Myers. And if I have to go to a store for something else, maybe I'll see what they have. Lemon Heart 151. I don't have that kind. But I have this Hamilton 151. I think that'll work. I don't know what that Okolehoe liqueur is. I'll have to look that up and see if I can find something comparable. Hibiscus syrup, they should have instructions in the book, so we'll go make that. Lime juice and Angostura bitters, those are the bare basics. Of course I have those. Club soda. I might have that, but that's obviously easy to get. The hibiscus syrup is very similar to the date syrup we made for the Afu last week. And I happen to have this tea bag that it calls for. This came with my shaker and spoon kit, and there's only 1 tea bag in here, and this calls for 2, but it also calls for 2.5 cups of sugar and 2.5 cups of water. I'm just gonna have the recipe and use 1 tea bag because I don't need that much of it. So we'll see you in the kitchen to make that. So since I came up here, I did a little bit of research, and the good news is that the hibiscus syrup is extremely easy to make. Basically, it is just a simple syrup recipe, so 50% water, 50% sugar, and once the sugar dissolves and they're combined, you take it off the heat and you put the tea bag in it while it's cooling, and after it's cooled down, it's ready to use. There's no long wait or anything like that, so I've started that now. Hello, cat. I do not need your assistance. Anyway, where was I when I was so rudely interrupted? Oh yes, and the bad news is what was that stuff called? Okolehoe, the Hawaiian liqueur, which the book called it a Hawaiian liqueur, but all the resources I've looked at online were calling it a Hawaiian moonshine. I found out a few interesting facts about it. It's a 100 proof. Typically, it's made from the tea plant root. I'm not talking about this kind of tea. It's spelled T-I. It's a plant commonly found in Hawaii. I looked up, what can you substitute for it, and I found that Jeff Beachbum Berry suggests using bourbon or rye as a substitute. And this sounds kind of weird at first, but his reasoning is that in 1906, the only legal distillery that made Okolehoe barrel-aged it. Also, in the 1960s, there was some tea extract flavored bourbon being sold as Okolehoe. Today, there's a couple legal distilleries in Hawaii that make it, so if and when I get to go back to Hawaii, I'm definitely gonna pick some up because it sounds like a really interesting thing to try. And I think for my recipe, I'm just gonna substitute some white rum. It's not as exciting, but I think it'll work, and it only calls for half an ounce. Alright, so we've got our sugar combined. I'm turning it off, taking it off the heat, and I'm going to put our tea bag in it while it's cooling down. So after this, the only thing I have to get at the store is some club soda. I can just run over to the corner and get that. Alright, I'll see you guys back downstairs at the bar. Alright, I'm back from the store. I've got my club soda. Can't complain about my shopping list, that's for sure. Our hibiscus syrup is also ready to go. It says you just build this in the glass and you top it off with the club soda. It couldn't really be much easier. So we're going to start out with 1 ounce of dark rum, 1 ounce of the 151 rum. I guess this is what makes it the 5 skull. That's quite a bit of 151. And then the next one is the 1/2 ounce of Okolehoe liqueur. And like I talked about when I was making the syrup, I had a few substitution ideas. So I just decided to go with this basic Flor de Caña white rum. And it's only 1/2 ounce. 1 ounce of the hibiscus syrup. That gives it a nice color. 3/4 ounce of lime juice. A dash of Angostura bitters. And then you top it off with club soda and garnish it with a lime wheel, which I've already done. Oh no! I guess I shook this a little on the way home. Hang on. At least it's just club soda. It's not like I'm gonna get all like sticky from it. And I was gonna be all cocky and show you this cool trick that I learned from one of my shaker and spoon boxes. Instead of just topping off with the club soda, if you pour, or this could go for anything carbonated, if you pour it down the twisty part of a mixing spoon, instead of having all the fizziness on top, some of it will kind of go into the bottom of the drink. There's your Nakalele Knockout, a 5 skull from Frankie's. Oh, and I almost forgot I have a Frankie's swizzle stick. And I got mostly like club soda in that sip, so I think I'll give it a little stir before I taste it again. I feel like it's missing something. Like, to have like so much rum in it, it tastes almost like watered down to me. It's not bad at all. I'll definitely drink it, but I don't know, it just like doesn't have that hop to it. So quick update after I've given this a chance to grow on me a little bit. I took a few pictures of it, stirred it a little more. Like I said, it was never awful. It's just not my favorite thing that I've ever made, especially out of this book. I did add these Tiki bitters after the fact, and I think that helped it a little bit. Let me know in the comments below what you might do to modify this drink to make it a little more interesting. Would you choose a different rum? Would you only make it if you had the Okolehoe? If you like this video and you want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!